Om Tatpurushaya Vidmahi Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat Vedatmanaya Vidmahi Hiranyagarbhaya Dhimahi Tanno Brahma Prachodayat. We meditate on the indweller of all. We meditate upon the Lord Supreme. May the remover of all evil direct us to the path of blessedness. We contemplate on the embodiment of the highest wisdom. We meditate upon the very first cause. May that Brahman, the infinite being, ever guide our understanding. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, 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 went forth. This morning our subject is Thoughts on the Gita, part 100. We are studying Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Vibhaga, Yoga, chapter 13. Discriminating the field and the knower of the field. A farmer has a piece of land. He knows what he will grow in that land. He tills the land, he sows the seed, and he makes the harvest. Similarly, each human being has a field. Kshetra means field, F-I-E-L-G. And each human being in this body, that he or she knows what he will achieve through this body in this particular life. Who knows? He or she. Who is that he and she? The self. I am the knower of my body. I know how this body functions. I know the goal of this human body. So, like a farmer, I started to till my body, use my body, direct my body to that direction, my achievement, my goal. This is very, very simple. Each human body has a field. Field. Kshetrajna means the person who knows. That person must be a conscious principle. A matter cannot create matter. A chair cannot produce another chair. Only a conscious person can create, can produce. What is that consciousness? And that consciousness should have desire. Without desire, there cannot be any creation. Behind everything you see in this world, even this human body, my parents' desire produced this body. This temple was somebody desired. So everything you find in this world, behind you must find there is a desire. And that desire comes from a conscious principle. Creation begins. So Krishna is explaining to Arjuna, that is in the beginning here, Arjuna asked this question. Prakriti and Purusha, the kshetra and the knower of the kshetra, knowledge and that which ought to be known. This, O Keshava, I desire to know. And Krishna answered, this body, O son of Kunti, is called kshetra, field, and the one who knows it is called kshetragya, by those who know them. Then we elaborately talked about the field in our last lecture. And now, how to know this kshetragya? Krishna described 20 means of knowledge in verses 7 to 11, how we can get true spiritual knowledge. We should practice these moral virtues for attaining the supreme knowledge. We'll have to know step by step. You cannot climb on the roof just in one jump. We go over the steps slowly, slowly. But we are carrying this self, this Atman within us all the time, but we do not know why. That is the mystery. The Rig Veda says, Niharena pravrita jalpya. Nihar means mist, fog. There is a big cloud over the mind. That cloud is called ignorance. That ignorance is stopping us to see the Atman. Very clear. Why do we not see God within us, whom we are carrying all the time? It is really, the scripture says, our Guru says, the God is within us. God is within us, but we cannot see. Krishna is going to instruct us. If you really want to know God, you must go through some disciplines. Those disciplines Krishna will tell us one by one. 20 disciplines he mentioned in these 5 verses. So we shall go slowly one by one. Moreover, there is called Marga Veda. Each human being is different. Some people are very emotional, very devotional. For them, there is a path. There are some people who are extremely rational. They want to use their intellect, brain. For them, there is a path. There are some people who are very mystical. They love to meditate. They want to practice yoga, concentration. For them, there is a path. There are some people in this world who are tremendously active. For them, there is a path. So these are the 4 paths: Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga. All these paths are very, very important to the students of Vedanta. But at the same time, no path is watertight compartment, that only this path. If you really want to know God, you have to love Him. And if you want to love Him, you will have to concentrate on Him. And if you want to concentrate on Him, you will have to do something. You see, these 4 yogas are interconnected. I cannot love you without knowing you. So, these 4 yogas are universal. As Christ said, love thy neighbor, love thy Lord with all thy soul, Jnana Yoga, all thy mind, Raja Yoga, all thy strength, all thy love, that is Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and all thy strength, that is Karma Yoga. So, all religions teach these 4 yogas knowingly or unknowingly. But Vedanta is very clear, explicit. These are the 4 paths. Some people may be very emotional, but other yogas are working behind that particular path. So this is called Marga Veda, different paths. But but these people, more or less, will have to practice these basic disciplines. Some people want samadhi. But before you attain samadhi, Patanjali says there are 8 limbs of yoga. You will have to practice 7 limbs, then you will get samadhi. What are those 7 limbs? Yama. Ahimsa, non-violence. Satya, truthfulness. Then ahimsa, satya, astyo, non-covetousness. Brahmacharya, celibacy. Aparigraha, non-receiving gifts. That is Yama. Niyama, shaucha, purity. Santosha, contentment. Swadhyaya, study. Tapa, practicing austerity. And Ishvara Anugrahani, means devotion to God. Ishvara Pranidhanani. These are the 5 niyama. So these are the 10 steps on which the spiritual life will be built. When you build a house, you see some post or some kind of concrete column, they build over that, they build huge building. So these are the 10 steps, 10 columns on which we will have to build our spiritual life. Yama, niyama. Then asana, posture, pranayama, breath control, pratyahara, withdrawing the mind from the sense object, dharana, concentration, dhyana, meditation. Then comes samadhi. As we find, this is the path of yoga. But what is the difference between concentration and meditation? Concentration is, one of our Swamis gave a very beautiful example. Here is a bee, and here is a flower. The bee is vibrating its wings and making gun-gun sound before it sits on the flowers. So it is, you will see that how rapidly their wings vibrate. That is called concentration. It has not yet sat on the flower. The moment the bee sits in the flowers and begins to sip honey, no more vibration, no more sound. That is meditation. So it is a very good way to understand this concentration and meditation. Very good example. Margaret. These disciplines, these virtues, to me just like ornaments, jewelry. When we see sometimes some actresses on the stage, performance, in the movie we see, those actresses, without makeup, they look very ordinary, like your wife and sisters, or in home, almost ordinary looking women. But when they go and put their makeup, then they put on their gorgeous costume, then they put all the jewelry on her, then you think perhaps a celestial angel came down to the earth. But ordinary, they are very ordinary looking. So Krishna is trying to adorn us with these beautiful ornaments so that we can see the beauty of a person who is illumined. So he is going to put 20 ornaments on us. Before illumination, we shall adorn ourselves with these virtues which are everlasting. Physical beauty very short-lived, does not last long. But these spiritual beauties are everlasting. Sometimes we see how to adorn this kind of disciplines and this kind of virtues. You know, if you practice, they will be with you. Let me tell you what is in my mind. One of my friends used to practice non-dualism. He will not go to the temple. He will not bow down to Sri Ramakrishna. He will practice I am Brahman. So his guru called him one day, do you go to the shrine? No. Do you meditate regularly? No. Meditation is for the ignorant people. Those who think I am ignorant, they should practice meditation. I am not ignorant. I am the Atman. Then the guru said, all right, from tomorrow you come and sit with me in the morning and evening and meditate. He was in trouble. It is the guru's order. You will have to meditate with me. Then, do you know what happened? The guru told this young disciple, listen, my boy, good habits, if you hold, they will stay with you and make you good. And these good habits, if you give away, they will leave you one by one, and you will find your nature has been changed. The good qualities, these virtues, will make you perfect, beautiful, joyful. So do not give up these good habits, my boy. You know, I got a great lesson. Sometimes we go to, some people have good habits. Early in the morning they get up, they study, they chant, they meditate. In the evening also they do same thing. In this way, gradually, do you know what will happen? 10, 12 years, if you follow these things, you will find your nature, your character has been formed, shaped. That Krishna wants. Before you attain illumination, this is the way you must imbibe this good habits. And that is the reason in our order, the monks will have to go to the training center for 2 years. They try to set these young boys, they are very highly qualified, but coming from different culture, different environment, different ways. But 2 years, 4 o'clock, get up, go to the shrine, attend Mangalarati, meditate, chant, go breakfast, study, 3 hours class, go, have bath in the Ganges, have lunch, then take a little rest, study till 5 o'clock, do the gardening, go, meditate. In this way, whole day, 2 years, 24 hours, your life is, you must go to the minute, routine. So that is the way habit is formed. And habit forms character. Whatever we think, repeatedly, they form the habit, and the habit forms character. Whole life, this spiritual life, is nothing but character. Now we shall go one by one. Verse 7. Amanitvam adambhittam ahimsak shantirarjavam acharyopasanam shaucham sthurjam atma vinigraha. Humility, unpretentiousness, non-injury, forbearance, uprightness, service to the teacher, purity, steadiness, self-control. The first verse is amanittam, humility. Humility, the first discipline. If you really want to attain knowledge, you must be humble. You must go to your guru with humility. Sri Ramakrishna says, water does not accumulate on the top of the hill. Water comes below in the valley. So if you go with a big ego, I have nothing to learn, I just came. You will not get anything. We find all great teachers demonstrated. Sri Ramakrishna was extremely humble. Jesus, during the Last Supper, washed the feet of his disciples. Krishna, during the Rashtriya sacrifice of Yudhishthira, he took the responsibility to wash the feet of the kings, their avatars. Ramakrishna cleaned the toilet of the sweeper at night. And praise Mother, may I never be proud that I am a Brahmin. Make me humble. Humility. In ancient days, the students would go to the Guru, Samitpani, Shrotriyam, Brahmanishtam. They would go with sacrificial wood to the Guru's home as a Shraddha. My love, my devotion to the Guru. Nowadays, we do not carry the wood, but we carry our Shraddha, faith, love to the Guru. You see, if you really love your Guru, Guru will empty the entire wisdom to you. I was reading a book called My Music, My Life by our Ravi Shankar. He went to Alauddin Khan, the famous musician, and wanted to be his disciple. But 16, 17 hours a day, practice. Practice. And if you fall asleep, he will come and beat you up. Get up, practice. And I think he realized that he will not give me the whole knowledge if I do not marry his daughter. So he married his daughter. Amazing. Humility. There is a beautiful story of humility in the Mahabharata, Shanti Parvam. The ocean was telling the river, I see you bring big, big trees to the ocean, but you do not bring some kind of betraboti, meaning creeper, cane creeper, C-A-N-E, cane. The cane creeper, you do not bring. Then the river said, you know, a big, big trees, when I hit at the bottom, when I flow, those trees fall on me. The big tree, they fall on me, and then I carry them to the ocean. But the moment I hit the bottom, the root of the canes, immediately they bend their head and be one with my current, I cannot uproot them. Did you see that cane? You know, sometimes we see flow on the river, immediately they come. But that is the reason I cannot uproot them, because they're very humble. You know, our scriptures give all these vivid examples so we can see that really it is true. Humility. This humility we see predominantly among the Vaishnavas. Amani na manodeina kirtani of sadaharihi. Take no honor to thyself, give honor to all, chant unceasingly the name of the Lord. Be humbler than a blade of grass, be patient like the tree. That was Chaitanya's advice to his disciples. Trinadopi sunichena tararopi sohishrana. Be humble like a blade of grass. You walk over the grass never complains that you are walking over me. Trinadopi sunichena, be humble. Tararopi sohishrana, be strong like the tree, you know, tree also, do not complain. Tremendous forbearance. Amanittam, humility, first qualification. Second, adambhittam, modesty, unostentatiousness. Some people want to show their righteousness. Or if they have a little quality, they want to beat the drum, look how great I am. Self-advertisement. When we take our brahmacharya bhav, after 5 years, there is a mantra. Atmashlagha varjaniyaha. Never glorify yourself. The moment you glorify yourself, you are making yourself small. I am a great writer, I am a great musician. These are all ego. Adambhita. There is a beautiful story in the Mahabharata Karna Parvam. There was a big fight between Karna and Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira was wounded. And then Arjuna came and heard that his elder brother was wounded. He went and Yudhishthira scolded him. Vain is your bravery and Ganjiva. Karna, look, wounded me. And Arjuna has a vow that those who will criticize his Ganjiva, his bow, he will behead him. So he told Krishna, my brother said this, so I have taken the vow, I must kill my brother. Krishna says, hey, you do not understand dharma. Well, how? You will not have to kill him. Just criticize him and just use very bad words against him. That means a respectable person, when he loses respect, that is death. So that is the way you can kill your brother. So Arjuna scolded that you are even very important, all those bad words he used to his elder brother. Then he said, Krishna, now I must commit suicide. Because I criticized my brother who is the embodiment of dharma. Now I must take this bow, I must kill myself. Krishna says, hey, you do not understand the real dharma. Bole, hi. Now you glorify yourself. Oh, I am great, I killed so many people, I won, became victorious in so many wars. Just glorify yourself. That is called suicide. If you glorify yourself, that is suicide. These things I am telling you, how our scriptures describe these beautiful stories to explain these beautiful words. Dambha, ego. Self-admiration society. My guru told a beautiful story about Tunga Rishi. It is in the Shiva Purana. That Rishi practiced so much austerity, great devotee of Shiva. And one day his hand was cut and a little water came out. Are? Blood did not come out, only water came out from my hand. Then he was very proud. I did a lot of austerity. I am very successful. Then Shiva appeared before him and says, what is the matter, you sage? But I practice Shiva. Shiva came in disguise, of course. He said, look, he cut his finger, only ashes came out. Not water, ashes. Look, to humble that sage. You know, when we used to read these colorful stories from our Puranas, from our tradition, still remember, we shouldn't be proud. Never be egotistic. Ego. In the Kenu Upanishad, we also find the story. Yaksha, Brahma appeared because the gods won in the battle with the Asuras, demons. So they are very proud. Then Brahma wanted to humble the gods. He just came and appeared before them. Then what happened? Indra, the king of gods, sent to fire god. Go look who is that mysterious being. He went there. Who are you? I am Yaksha. Who are you? I am the fire god. What power do you have? I can burn anything in this world. Really? Burn this straw. He put all his force, could not burn it. Was humble, came back, and said, I could not fathom, could not understand who that Supreme Being. Then again, sent to God of the wind. He went there. Who are you? I am the God of the air, wind. What can you do? I can blow away everything in this world. Really? Blow away this blade of grass, small grass. He used all his force, could not do it. He was humbled, came back. Then Indra went with all humility. Then Jakshaji appeared. And the Divine Mother Uma, Hoimavati, appeared and said, Mother, who is that mysterious being? The two gods failed. I came with all my humility. Could you tell me? Oh, he is Brahma. He wanted to humble you. You should not be proud in your lives. It is the power of Brahman that you have won. It is the power of God we make success. But we think we are the doer. We made success. All these stories we read in our Upanishads and other scriptures tell us that we shall not be proud. Pride must have a fall. Many, many stories we know. I remember one of our devotees came to me and said, Swami, I have a little ego problem. Uncle, really? Are you the Miss Universe? No. Do you have millions of dollars? No. Do you have a PhD degree? No. Then what do you have? People become proud if you have fantastic beauty, or a lot of money, or lot of learning. What do you have? That is true, Swami, but still I have ego. Next is ahimsa, non-violence. Some people misunderstand Krishna because he asked Arjuna to fight. He tried to stop the war. Buddha's religion is based on ahimsa. Christ also says, if anybody slaps on your right cheek, turn to your left. That is ahimsa, non-violence. Ahimsa. Mahatma Gandhi practiced two virtues in his life. Sometimes we try to imbibe too many virtues, and do not practice any one of them. One or two will be enough. Gandhiji practiced Satya and Ahimsa, truthfulness and non-violence. And that made him famous. He made him Mahatma. Ahimsa. Swamiji told the story of Pauhari Baba. A yogi used to be in a cave in Ghazipur, 50 miles from Banaras. I went there 3 times to see that cave. One day, a poisonous cobra entered the cave, and his disciples were concerned, thinking that perhaps their guru would be bitten by that cobra. Then what happened? After some time, the yogi came out from the cave, and the disciple asked, Master, we saw that a poisonous cobra entered your cave. Do you know what he said? Oh, a messenger came from my beloved. I did not do any harm to anybody in my life. So the cobra also did not kill me. That comes from the practicing ahimsa, non-violence. Ahimsa. But Sri Ramakrishna said, hiss, but do not bite. That is a very beautiful story which moved Romarola when he was writing Sri Ramakrishna's biography. He said, There is a big snake, cobra, used to bite the shepherd boys, the cowboys. And a yogi wanted to, a monk wanted to go through that meadow, and the cowboys cautioned him that there is a ferocious cobra will bite you. Oh no, I know the mantra. So he went, the snake came, he immediately repeated the mantra and calmed the snake. Then he asked, why do you bite people and destroy people? Well, that is my nature. All right, I am giving you a mantra, practice it, non-violence. So he did it. Then these boys, cowboys, realized that that the snake does not bite anymore, so they started to play with the snake. They took the tail of the snake, rotated this way, and dashed on the stone. And the snake's head broke and collapsed there. So the shepherd boys thought that snake is dead, so they left. Then after many days, this guru again came and asked, hey, where is the snake? Oh, we killed it. Oh no, the snake should not die. I gave the mantra. So he went in that meadow and caught the snake. It crawled from the hole and said, what happened? Sir, you asked me to practice non-violence. Look what happened. They broke my head and injured me. I cannot move anymore. Then he told the whole story, how the shepherd boys, cowboys hit him. The guru said, I asked you not to bite, but you could hiss. You could frighten them. Hey, that is a beautiful story. There are some people may come to harm you. You must hiss. You will not have to take a gun and shoot him. What a beautiful story. That, in our day-to-day life, if somebody wants to ruin your spiritual life, you must resist. That is a good story about ahimsa. Next is Shanti, forbearance. Sri Ramakrishna said, Sha, Sha, Sha. Forbear, forbear, forbear. Je shoy, she roy. Je na shoy, she na shoy. The person who forbears survives. Does not forbear, perishes. Again, he knows each karma produces results. The good karma bears happiness, bad karma, pain. So nothing comes to us which we do not deserve. Our teacher quite often used to quote this verse from the Bibi Chudamani. Sahanam sarvadukhanam apratikara purvakam chinta bilaparahidam satitiksha nigaddate. Shankara mentioned the bearing of all afflictions without caring to redress them, being free from anxiety or lament on their score is called forbearance. Always remember, our suffering, pain, misery, happiness, everything comes to us from our karma. Invariably, nothing comes to us which we do not deserve. This is the law. Sometimes we see and innocent people are killed on the street or somewhere. You do not know that person's background. In previous life, perhaps that person killed somebody. This law of karma is very mysterious. We do not know the cause. Some people born blind. Why? We have so much compassion, sympathy for that person, born blind. You do not know that person's background. In previous life, what he did. A law of karma. What to do? You will have to forbear and bear the result of your own karma without murmuring. At that time, turn your mind to God. He can erase your karma. He can change your life. Accept it. Instead of fighting, accept it. Forbearance. If we have a little headache, we do not get meditation that day. Oh, headache. But we do not know how to divert the mind from the body to the Atman. Swami Chetanananda had a carbuncle in 1920s, early 20s. At that time, there is no anesthesia. They used to get some chloroform. So he says, I don't need any chloroform. Before surgery, he told the surgeon, just give me a few minutes time, I shall withdraw the mind from the body, and then you do the surgery. The surgeon was astonished. Then actually he did. He withdrew his mind from the body, and he did the surgery, big carbuncle on his back. And when the surgery is over, it's over. How to do it? Forbearance. Even I sometimes hear some people when they go to clean their tooth and they say, hey, we do the anesthesia, Novocaine. Are you a little cleaning, you need a Novocaine. Some people have no power of forbearance. Then next virtue is arjavam, simplicity. Means straightforwardness, absence of crookedness. I remember when I first visited San Francisco, they took me to a street called Crooked Street. Perhaps you have seen in a slope, car goes like this. Both sides are flowers, of course. That is a crooked street in San Francisco. So there are some people who are very crooked. It is high, it will be very difficult for them to be spiritual, to realize God. God is very simple. Look, Sri Ramakrishna is very simple. Those people are good for politics, not for God realization. Sometimes before I go to the shrine, I read a little Gospel of Ramakrishna. So the other night I was reading, Sri Ramakrishna was went to Keshav Sen's house. And Keshav Sen gave a sumptuous feast. And he ate it. He's a Brahmin. Keshav Sen is a Kshatriya. So he was thinking that if the temple people know that I ate in their house, perhaps they will not allow me to enter the temple because I lost my caste, At that time, this caste system, rigidity was so much. Now it is gone, almost. So what happened, he was telling the manager of the temple, hello, last night I ate at Keshav's house. I don't know who served the food, maybe a barber or a sweeper, I do not know. But will it do any harm to me? The manager says, sir, nothing will harm to you. It is perfectly all right. But his sample he cannot hide. Some people, I shall hide this, I think something wrong. He cannot hide anything. His outside, inside is one. We cannot do that. Yes. There is one person in Dakshineshwar, Hazra. He used to criticize Sri Ramakrishna, want to tell people Ramakrishna is not right, this is right. So Sri Ramakrishna went to the temple and said, Mother, hey, Hazra is trying to change my view. And he always tells something and confuse people. Either remove him from this temple complex or change his mind. Either one would be fine. So Sri Ramakrishna went to the temple. This he prayed. Immediately he came to Hazra, look, I prayed this thing for you. Either you will be out from this place or your mind will be changed. So after 1 week, Hazra was telling Sri Ramakrishna, sir, I am still here. That means your prayer is not working. Then, of course, Hazra had to leave. Sri Ramakrishna was so simple. Simplicity does not mean that stupidity. Simplicity originates from the purity of the mind. A simple person, inside, outside, are not different. Next virtue is Acharya Upashanam, service to the teacher, is conducive to self-knowledge. Service to the teacher. I still remember, in the training center, after 1 year, I went to our principal, Swami. He was a very saintly person, great learned man. Uncle Maharaj, will you allow me to give personal service to you for 1 year? I want to bring breakfast for you. Lunch, dinner, he used to come to the dining hall. And refreshment in the afternoon, cleaning his room, bathroom, washing his clothes, making his bed. I want to do 1 year for you. He looked at me and said, no, that is not for your job. You go to your room and study the Upanishads with Shankara's commentary. That will be a service for me. He did not want personal service from me. I tried. But he was very kind to me. Sometimes at 10 o'clock at night, he was standing in front of my door because I have not come yet from the dining hall. You know, I wanted to tell you some secret about the scripture, which I could not tell you in the class. You know, if you really love and respect your teacher, he will empty his whole wisdom to you. Just like parents give all their wealth to their children, so a real guru gives all his knowledge, wisdom, spirituality to the students. You must be humble. You must approach your guru. Otherwise, big ego. We find how Sri Ramakrishna's disciples heard him. I am writing that section, the last days of Sri Ramakrishna. Oof. These 12 young boys, day and night, served their guru. Another scene I shall never forget. It was in Belur Math, hot summer. Swami Chetanananda fanned his guru, Swami Vivekananda, the whole night. In the morning he was tired, fell asleep in the veranda, south side and upper floor. The sun came, the Ganges side. And Swamiji saw his disciple was sleeping in the sun. He went to his room and brought an umbrella and holding and protecting his head from the sun. You serve me, I must also serve you. You know, sometimes I see those scenes and I understand how to serve one another. Our President Swami used to say to his attendants, you serve my body, I serve your mind. Next, Shaucham. A Jnani inside, outside must be clean. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Purity. Purity means desireless mind. If the mind has no desire, that means your mind is pure. Somebody asked Holy Mother, Mother, what shall I pray? Do you know what is the greatest prayer? Ma, or to the Lord, make me free from desires. If you do not have desires, you will be illumined. Your mind will be completely pure. Desire originates from ignorance and desire produces action. Desire also of two kinds, pure desire, impure desire. Impure desire binds us, pure desire releases us. Shaucham. Cleanliness is next to godliness. One should be clean physically, and room must be clean, bed should be clean, house should be clean, because this is the Lord's house. Next virtue, sthodjam, steadfastness. Unsteady people are no good for worldly life, what to speak of spiritual life. Sthodjam. When I think about the sthodja, a scene comes in my mind. Sri Ramakrishna was talking, somebody's son died and came to Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna says, you know, I have seen in the Ganges, there are some big barges. They go in the current of the river. Sometimes a speedy steamer goes through the middle of the river and creates waves, high waves. The small, tiny boats of the fishermen, sometimes those boats sink. But the barges, they get a few jerk and becomes steady again. When I think, steadiness, I say, a shock will come, no doubt, few times. Then your barge will be steady. So human system, if you have this kutostu, if your mind is anchored on the Atman, you may get a few shock, but it will steady very quickly. There are some people, some problems, origin, anxiety, they absorb very quickly and starts their life again very quickly. Today, I'm 2 months depressed, next day I'm fine, up. They do not yield to depression for a long time because they have a spiritual life. That is the secret. Really, it is extremely important. That is the reason I sometimes ask people, read the last part of the second chapter of the Gita, where Krishna described the signs of a man of steady wisdom. Sthita pragyasya ka bhasa samadhistasya keshava. Sthita prajna, whose mind is knowledge, buddhi, intellect, steady. Nobody wants unsteady people in this world. I want a steady guru, a steady doctor, steady wife, steady husband, steady children. Unsteady people, unreliable, not dependable, unpredictable, no good. They create all problems in the family life, in the monastic life. Unsteady. You cannot depend on that person. I'm just telling you that how steadiness is so important in our life. These are the virtues. Today I'm spiritual. One lady used to come here. She was a school teacher. She used to explore. Today, Vedanta temple, next day, Hare Krishna, next day, Catholic, next day, Presbyterian, next day, Unitarian, next day, Seventh-day Adventist. In this way, she explored all churches and temples and all religious organizations in this city. So she came few times. Then one day I asked, she told me what is she doing. I go, now you can write a book and say God is dead. There are some people, they are like this, floating. Just fan. I know all temples in the city. Not a steady. I told that Sri Ramakrishna's parable. If you want water, dig one place. You went 2-3 feet and then found a rock, gave up. Then you dig another place, found another rock, gave up. In this way, you are continuously changing and changing places. You will never get water. Stay in one place, dig it. Then you will get water. That is the way spiritual life goes. Steadiness. Steadiness. Next verse, next one is Atma Vinigraha. That is our self-control, means control of the lower self. A Jnani withdraws the senses from the sense objects like a tortoise withdraws its limbs within its cell. That is this example we find in the Gita and other scripture. If you hit the tortoise, it will shrink its legs and the head inside the shell so that you cannot kill it. So the yogis, when they find the problems are coming, they can withdraw the mind from the external world and go within. That we will have to learn. Atma Vinigraha, self-control. They have complete control over the senses. They can sense what is coming. Just like our control tower in the airport. They can see 500 miles away the position of the plane, the altitude, and they give direction. So a yogi's mind can see far, far away, and they can see what is coming on. They can feel the vibration of a person, character, or problems. They can see. So they take precaution before they arrive to them. Don't think bad thoughts do not come to them. They come, but they know how to stop it from a distance. It will not reach them. Prevention is better than cure. Temptation comes to all seekers of God, which is not bad. It is the test for the Jnani. Aim quite often used to say, everybody is a good captain in the calm sea. But if you can save your boat from the turbulence of cyclone or hurricane, if you can save your boat, then only you are a good captain. Similarly, in spiritual life, we find so many temptations, so many problems will come to you. But Christ says, yield not unto temptation. You must pray to God. With God's power, you can overcome them. I remember that beautiful story of Buddha and a farmer. It was heavy rain. Buddha took the shelter under the eave of a farmer. Thirst hard. And the farmer saw him, a monk, through the window. And this farmer was singing, I am really happy. I have bumper harvest. My wife is here next to me. My children are all happy. Oh rain, you pour as much as you can. And he told the monk, you be there and suffer. Buddha replied, my senses are controlled. The mind is calm. I am illumined. Oh rain, you pour as much as you can. Then the farmer started to sing. I am happy. My wife is happy. My children are happy. I have plenty of food, plenty of clothes, plenty of everything. Oh rain, you pour as much as you can. Then Buddha said, my mind is under control and calm and serene. I attain illumination. Oh rain, you pour as much as you can. This dialogue continued. Then the farmer came out and took the refuge in Buddha. Bless me. You know, when we read this Atma Vinigraha, when you have the self-control, what you can do? The world cannot perturb you. So I told you some virtues, 9 virtues I covered. So you know that if you want to be spiritual, if you want self-knowledge, what are the virtues you must practice? Thank you. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhusya sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Lord, thou art my mother, thou art my father, thou art my friend, thou art my companion, thou art my wealth, and thou art my learning. Thou art my all in all, O Lord. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace be unto all.